Shalom Israel, it's your brother Malak. Have not done a video in the scriptures in a minute, so I'm going to do a quick video out of Galatians chapter 4. Before I get into this discussion, let me start off by giving all glory and honor to the creator of the universe, Yahweh, the son of Hamashiach, Yeshua, and I'd like to send out my humble gratitude to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our foremother Sarah, and also to you guys that are listening and learning, and to the Gentiles that are joined to us. To you guys I say shalom. Now, in time past I spoke about the Bible as a covenant, as a contract, and a trust. And I think Galatians 4 is going to really make sense why I say that. I'm going to read two verses. And hopefully reading these two verses, it should jump out and make sense to you guys. I'm going to read from the King James Version. I'm going to also read from the New International Version. Salakia. So anyway, so let's get into this. Galatians 4, chapter 4, verse 1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differ nothing from a servant, though he be Lord over all, but under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. Let's read this in the New International Version. Think of it this way: if a father dies and leave an inheritance to his young children, those children are not much better off than a slave until they grow up, even though they actually own everything their father had. They have to obey their guardians until they reach whatever age the father set. Just think about this here. There's an appointed time that the children of Israel were going to be in captivity. Not only in captivity, but in that appointed time, our people in slumber, they didn't realize that they were heirs to this estate. But in this estate, there's rules and regulations that you had to follow. Just like most children don't want to obey orders or guidelines, you break laws. The children of Israel broke those laws. Now, when we understand the fact that when we look at religion, religion has taught us that all the laws of the Most High were done away with. Now, most children learn from their mothers at home. We've learned from the government. We've learned from the powers that be. We've learned from religion. Matter of fact, the main religion, which is Christianity, Catholicism, say that they're the mother of all religions. And like I say, in many cases, we learn our influences from these different entities, just like children will learn from their mothers at home. Jerusalem is our land. Jerusalem is our mother. And Jerusalem, up under the Most High, had rules and regulations. Under this captivity, we have rules and regulations that we had followed that were anti-Torah or anti-Hamashiach or, anti-instructions. To get back to the trust, we have to come back to the rules and regulations. We have to come back to the agreement, the promise, the covenant. Covenant, contract, law are all one and the same. Our people tend to operate outside of this, and they want the benefits, but not the obligation or the responsibility. Let me grab this chart right fast, so maybe this chart can help you understand it just a little bit. We have a child. A child is no more than a slave, and we have an heir, and the heir is an adult once you reach adulthood, but that child is governed by the trustee, and that trustee is the one who takes the benefits and give it to the child once a child reach the age of maturity or reach the age of an adult. You know, but here it is. We tend to avoid the actions of our forefathers. We tend to avoid the actions of our own selves, and we like to blame, like to play the blame game. But now that we come into this newfound information, this newfound knowledge, we have a choice. We can either continue to play mind games, or we can take responsibility. We can rethink ourselves or bethink ourselves. You know. But anyway, I thought Galatians 4 was very powerful. It really opened up, you know, my understanding even more so, and even solidified the fact that, as I stated in many cases before, that this book is a trust. This book is a trust. And here it is, we just read it in Galatians chapter 4. You know, and throughout captivity, if we don't repent or bethink ourselves and come back to the guidelines that were set forth in the trust, to take ownership as adults, as men, as women of the Most High, how can they receive the benefits or receive the inheritance? I thought that was really, you know, something that really opened my eyes even more so. It made sense. I hope it made sense for you guys. I hope it really helped, you know, for those that really understand it. You know, all glory and honor go to the Most High. You know, for those that don't, it's just what I see. You may disagree with it, but anyway, this it is what it is. This is what I see. You know, again, like I said, I want to make a real short video and just hit on this point. And again, hopefully it made sense. With that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.